Hey guys, welcome not to just the Standish wood story, but Annabelle's wood story.
In this wood story, my daughter and I set out on a mission to build a vinyl record cabinet from scratch. But there's a twist. She has zero woodworking experience.
You don't need glasses to measure.
I have little patience.
I feel like you put a wall in between us that you don't really want to talk to me.
And we only got 3 days to pull it off. Get ready for unexpected challenges.
I forgot to turn it on.
And memories we'll never forget as we work side by side to transform raw materials into something far more meaningful than just a piece of furniture.
This is a bonding moment. We're bonding.
So go grab your tools or popcorn and let's start this wood story. All right, we are at the wood shop at the wood shed, which is basically a candy store for woodworkers. And my daughter here is going to have her first experience here because we're going to pick up some wood for a fun project.
Yay!
What are we making, Annabelle?
So we're making a vinyl cabinet for my room.
Okay, let's go inside.
Let's go.
You finding anything good? Future project, perhaps? Okay, so here's our haul. One giant piece of plywood. So it was an 8x4. Now it's 27 inches off and 21 inches. Let's get to work, Annabelle.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. A couple of weeks ago, my daughter Annabelle decided that she wanted to learn how to woodwork so that she could start making furniture for her room and gain practical skills. So she came to me and decided, really on both of our behalves, that I was going to teach her. And as the great parent I pretend to be, I agreed. So this project took place during Thanksgiving weekend when we finally had 3 days where we could work on it. Annabelle wanted us to build a vinyl cabinet for her room, inspired by an image she found online. Originally, we were going to use hardwood, but with limited time on our hands, and this being a project with the intent to teach her beginner woodworking skills, I didn't want to spend all of our time together planing and jointing the wood first. Nor did we have the time to allow for rough sawn wood to climatize to my shop. So veneered plywood was what we decided on.
You don't need glasses to measure.
No, it's just in case.
Because we were using plywood, we were able to jump into tracing and cutting our required pieces right away. I previously spent some time drawing up her wish project in CAD software, and I extracted a cut list to make our workflow a little easier. My goal for this project was to get her excited about working with her hands, and sometimes if you spend too much time on the groundwork, it can take away the fun. This can be taught later on if she's still interested in woodworking.
Remember? Closer to here. And the reason that I say that is because you don't want to accidentally shift it.
Yeah.
Okay? So as long as you're on this side, you're okay. But don't pull on it. You're just guiding it. This is your push side.
Yeah.
Okay? You good?
Yep.
You're good.
As a parent, I have serious hesitations about allowing my daughter to use power tools because I know how much damage each tool can do if not used correctly. But my daughter is almost 16, and in less than a month, she is going to be driving a car. And if she's old enough to drive, then she is old enough to use power tools.
This is what I have to work with.
And my job as a parent is to ensure she has the knowledge and confidence to keep her safe while using these tools, regardless of how scared I may be. So we're getting to the part in our project where we need to make some router edges. So what are we doing, Annabelle?
We're making a router template so that we can cut the edges appropriately.
That's right. So it's going to look something like this. And that is going to allow us to cut out these little notches right here.
So by miter saw, are we using that one? Or no, it's all not miter saw.
Bandsaw?
Bandsaw.
No. We're using a router. You're going to use a new tool.
What's a router?
You'll see.
I'm scared.
It's not too scary.
You'll see.
Too scary.
What? No, you're doing that for the camera. You're doing that for the camera. She's messing with me. Mom, stop doing that.
Do what?
I He said, it will be too scary. And then you start contemplating things. And I know you're doing math in your head, but it freaks me out. Because you're like, it's not too scary. I'm like, Mom, what do you mean? And no response. When she thinks, she's deaf to the world.
When I work in the shop, I spend a lot of time thinking through my projects as I go along, such as how to make the cuts, what tools to use, and how I want to show it on camera. But usually my thinking moments aren't captured on camera, and I guess I do a lot of this, as my daughter so lovingly points out. I need a minute to think. So while I am doing the hard work in the shop, routering the edges for my daughter's vinyl stand, my daughter is raiding my candy stash, without me even realizing it until this very moment when I was editing this footage. And yes, don't judge me, I love candy, and my family will often refer to me as a squirrel who hides small stashes all around. But up until now, I did think that my shop stash was safe, but I guess not. But no worries, I also happen to know where my daughter keeps her stash. So Annabelle, guess where I am right now? We've made some good progress. We've done most of our routed edges. We're about to do the last one, and then we're gonna call it quits for today, right?
Yeah.
Then we're gonna do some cleanup, and yeah, good day, good day. Okay, so here's our progress for today. We're just kind of temporarily holding it together.
Yeah.
So we have done our sides, our inserts, and all that good stuff. It all looks good. This one is just a fraction of a hair too
0.1?
long. Yeah, at the very most, but we will fix that tomorrow. And then tomorrow what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut these shelves right here, and we're gonna cut the back shelves as well. And then after we've cut that, we'll be ready to glue it. Exciting!
Nervous. So it's day 2. We're back in the wood shop. We have cut 2 shelves, and right now we're just doing a dry fitting to see how everything connects. Oh, right here.
I knew you just wanted footage of me.
Okay, you're gonna go straight, so it's okay.
So if I screw up,
You're
I
fine.
don't know how I screw up.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm just checking it works.
The hardest part for me during this project was allowing my daughter to do the actual work and not me jumping in to do all of it. This was a lot easier said than done, as teaching someone else takes a lot of patience. Have you ever taught anyone else? Do you like teaching? Let me know in the comments below. You're good.
Can you grab some blue paper right there and dip it in the water bottle?
Day 2 was spent cutting the inside shelves and then getting them ready for the big glue up. And having extra hands for this part was very useful. Annabelle has helped me with glue ups before, so she knows it has to be done fast, accurately, and that the key is to have all of your clamps ready before starting your glue up.
It's the end of day 2. We just finished this, did some glue ups, which was very stressful. I think it took 25 minutes total. And now we have this beauty just standing here. And I've learned that you can never have enough clamps.
Yeah, and what do we have to correct tomorrow that we're finding is a bit of an issue?
So an issue we actually had was that we didn't do the measuring right, so this isn't perfectly straight. So if you notice, maybe just come in a little.
I can see it from here.
There's
a bit of
great.
a gap here.
There's a bit of an insecurity.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to fix that, but we'll
It's okay.
just
It's
cut
okay.
that.
Nobody's perfect.
Except us. Yay!
Maybe cut that part out. Hey guys, welcome back to the Standish WoodStory. Can you guess who's Canadian and who's not naturally Canadian? Here's a little hint. Who's wearing snow pants when it's still hot? I'm the Canadian. She's Danish.
So yesterday we did the glue up, and today we need to finish this project because we're running out of time. As school starts again tomorrow, and I'll be losing my woodworking buddy.
It's really not about the fact that
We had a few fixes we needed to take care of before yet again gluing some parts together. This design uses a dowel as a crossbar for the upper shelf section, so some manual sawing was done by my apprentice Annabelle.
It's kind of hard when your hands are there.
That's it. You got it.
You said it wanted to be straight?
Yeah.
This thing's more flabby than a
You're using
disc.
too much force to do it. It's nice and gentle. That's it. Good job.
And she got the opportunity to use the table saw again to cut some of the final shelves. Because we ended up using plywood, the original design did not consider the exposed edges, so we had to use edge banding to hide these plywood edges. And while Annabelle learned to iron wood, she also learned how to iron in general, so that's a win-win for her life skills, right? While she worked on the edge banding, I started working on the legs for this vinyl stand. And as much as I wanted to include her in that too, we were running out of time. And we had to divide and conquer to reach the finish line before she had to go back to school.
Okay, end of another day here. Things are drying. The structure in itself, it's pretty much done. We got the back sides in. It's looking great. So the vinyl stand is coming to an end. It's currently upside down, and I'm out here in the shop by myself because my daughter has left me because apparently she thinks that school is more important or something. So, oh well, what can you do? I guess I'll be finishing it on my own. No, seriously, stay in school. So, I'm trying to figure out how to fasten these, and I'm thinking maybe with these fastener 8s. I have used similar things to that before. That would mean I need to just router out a little bit of the top of the legs, and then I could use these to actually screw into the bottom. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Decisions.
The long weekend came to an end, and Annabelle had to return to school. She was so eager to see this project finished, but the reality was that it still needed the legs assembled, a heck of a lot of sanding, and the final stain and sealing. And if we had to do all of this on her schedule, this stand would still be sitting in my shop by Christmas because of her busy school schedule. So I decided to help her out, with her permission. And I have to admit that finishing this project, mostly on my own, was not as fun. She did come out one evening to add a coat of tung oil. This project was so much more than a piece of furniture. It was an opportunity for my daughter and I to spend quality time together, and I truly hope that every time she looks at her beautiful new vinyl stand, that she'll fondly remember us working on it together. I have no idea if my daughter will continue to woodwork, but I do know that whenever I get the opportunity to work with any of my kids on a project such as this one, I'm going to jump at the opportunity, because moments like these are special. So thank you, Annabelle, for asking me to teach you. I love you, and I want you to know that I ate all of your candy. Thank you so much for watching this special edition Wood Story. I'll see you soon in the next Wood Story.
I feel like you put a wall in between us, so you don't really want to talk to me. Are you showing it? This is her addiction. She always buys things online, and then they come. Oops. You weren't supposed to see that license plate. She's not gonna put this in anyways. I forgot to turn it on. Number one rule, when mom's working on wood, she doesn't want to hear us talk. She doesn't want to hear us speak. She doesn't let us talk to her. We're not talking.